What's going on, guys? So hopefully this video is going to help to explain to some of you and help you to understand why it is that you might need to bend your arm when you snatch or cleans. So one of the things I think is really worth thinking about is the fact that when you're doing snatches or cleans, you obviously need your lats to have a bite on the movement, because when you're over the bar and you're kind of like pushed over it, you need to be able to use your lats to actually get a bite on the movement, to be able to hold the bar. Because when someone says stay over the bar, you're trying to make sure that your pec, or like basically your sternum or your armpit, so this area here, is over the bar. What that's doing is it's allowing your lats to have a moment arm over the bar, so that then it can act to pull the bar back into you, so it stops you from swinging out, it helps you stay upright, it helps to stabilize your spine, all that good stuff. Now, most people will try to coach you to have a straight arm and also do this, which is something that I always hated. I never liked it, but I tried to do it and it just made everything feel crap. Turn the elbow out. What you need to realize is that when you're using your lats have a few different actions. So let's just go over them. So they bring your elbow back and down. So they basically help to extend your shoulder up to a certain range. So they help to extend your shoulder up to basically the point where your elbow is level with your body. So it doesn't help when it's back here, it only helps when it's in front. The other thing it does, it takes your elbow from up here and it pulls it into your side. So it helps to adduct your shoulder. The other thing it can do is you can get a stronger contraction if you actually twist your elbow in, so you slightly externally rotate your shoulder. So if you have your elbows down and in front like this, and you're constantly keeping your arms really long, and you're not moving your elbow in towards your side, you might find that you're not really going to be able to get a good bite on your lats, and that might be why you're focusing on staying over the bar, but you feel like the bar's leaping out when you finish. And one of the most effective things that I found to do wasn't to think about bending my arm, but it was to try and focus on actually getting my lats tight and almost trying to just squeeze my elbow into my side a little bit as I'd stand up in snatches and cleans. Now, this will look different for different people. Like whenever I snatch, my elbow's almost always just face directly behind. When I finish my clean pulls, my elbow's almost face directly behind. But it's more of a twist. So my arm's doing this action here. It's pulling my lat. It's using my lat to pull my elbow back and in. It's not an arm bend where I'm trying to pull the bar up. I'm trying to stabilize my back and trying to keep the bar close by using my lat. If you think of the pull that way, where you're just trying to put your lat in the best position to keep yourself over the bar and keep the bar in, you won't be as worried about whether you're keeping your elbow pointed like this or whether your arm's bending or not, because you'll be able to tell, because if you're getting good lat engagement, you stay over the bar, the lift will look smooth despite the elbows turning back. If you end up doing this one where you end up shrugging, you end up falling past the bar and your elbows bend straight upwards like this, that's just a shit arm bend usually. You can see the difference because when you look at a lot of the Chinese team like Chan Chao, Li Daiyin, Liu Jiajian to an extent on his cleans, Shi Jiyong, they all have an actually quite pronounced arm bend, but it's done in a very smooth fashion. It's also done with rotation like this. It's done to rotate, externally rotate the shoulder and get the elbow into their side so their lats can flex more, so the bar stays closer, so that then you're able to stay more upright, you're able to finish your pull better. So if someone's constantly telling you, or you've heard that kind of that weird thing of, yeah, you need to make sure your elbow's facing up and out like this, and it needs to be internally rotated. If you have the shoulder mobility for it, it might actually let you use your lats more like a whip to pull the bar back, but likely not. You probably want to have your elbow facing at like a 45-degree angle that way, or at the very least, when you get above the knee, you need to start letting your elbows move back and in towards you like this, even if it's just subtly, because that will probably let you finish the pull better and actually use your lats for the job they're meant for, which is to stabilize your spine and to keep your back tighter and to keep the bar in close. So it doesn't have to be loads. Like I do it a lot because I've got loads of external range of motion in my shoulder, but not necessarily that much internal. But even if you just subtly do it, you just see a little twist back of the arm and you imagine just twisting the elbow back and down like this, you'll probably find it's going to be a little bit more comfortable, feel stronger than if you try to do this perfect position of the elbow always facing this way, because that's not necessarily the best position for the lats.